Welcome to day 3 of 31 Days of Horror. Today's movie was The Whole Truth, which is a Thai movie. It's about a hole in the wall that only a brother and sister can see, and they exhibit like ghosts. It's a bit like The Ring to start off with like this like ghost just crawling across the floor, face covered. It kind of has a lot of things going on in the movie. If you were to trim a lot of the fat away, it probably would be a lot better than it actually is. So it starts off with like the introduction to the brother and the sister, and you have this guy being like a creep trying to spy on her getting changed and stuff like that. It wasn't really needed in the movie, and it was quite unsettling because of course he was such a creep. But like throughout the movie, as soon as you get like this ghost story going on, it's kind of irrelevant, and it's like really pushed to the side, and like nothing actually happens with regards to it. And it's just, you could have just cut that like entire plot away, because it comes to like becomes this kind of revenge like blackmail kind of thing, and it's about cheerleaders and stuff like that, and you're like, right, what does this actually have to do with the ghost story? There is another one as well, because the kids are taken in by the grandparents, and something is like a bit off with the grandparents. The mother is in a car accident and she is comatose, so that's why the grandparents have to look after the kids. Again, there was another side thing with the grandfather trying to figure out what happened to the mother and trying to figure out who caused the car crash and put her in a coma. That was interesting. That was actually kind of gave the plot kind of a bit more breathing space, because you can't have like ghost after ghost after ghost after ghost. You need something else there, and unfortunately the blackmail bit kind of, it didn't fit the tone of the movie, whereas that bit did, because like later on it plays a much bigger role in the movie. And the thing is as well, is like you have all these things going on, like every single time they look through the hole, they're exploring more and more of what happened to the ghost and its story. And like there's things going on with like the brother, he starts like vomiting blood and stuff like that, and of course like the girl, not really much happens to her. There's a few like bits with a ghost kind of lurking over the top of her, but there's not really that kind of same tension and danger that you feel for the guy character. You also get a bit of a weird ending type of thing, because there's kind of this whole wrap-up thing at the end where basically it's like this whole happy ending kind of thing, and then the movie kind of continues. It's weird. It's a very weird way of doing it, because you have an ending and it just keeps on going. I will say the more you found out about the ghost, the less freaky it was. But as I said, as you kept on exploring it, the ghost kind of didn't seem as terrifying, and like it creeped out my girlfriend. Like, there's a scene where like it was holding a girl's hand and just singing like a lullaby to her, and she was like, oh my word. So yeah, if you're Thai, this might freak you out a bit more than if you're like a foreign viewer like myself, because we've obviously got to the point where we've just desensitized ourselves so much that just not a lot phases us. Yeah, I would say this was an alright movie. I wouldn't say it was like the best movie you need to check out or anything like that, but it is on Netflix. It was a fairly decent movie, and it was enjoyable to watch. It didn't feel long, it didn't feel like drawn out. Yes, one of the side plots was a bit pointless, but it was still worth a watch.